Guys, happy morning. An MBA should sound MBA by his communication skills. When you walk into a corridor and when you start talking, if you cannot exhibit that high energy, then it's better to be a graduate and continue working for somebody. If you plan to get on to do your masters in business administration, you will have to be actually high in energy. Anybody who is high in energy is considered most eligible for any kind of jobs, irrespective of. The impromptu and spontaneity at which an opportunity is grabbed by you, that defines an MBA student. You need not to actually do an MBA to actually have this kind of a skill set. You should have that fire in you. Whenever opportunity comes, you should be the first person who will run and grab the opportunity, because that daringness is called as Masters of Business Administration. Every opportunity that comes in your way, if you are not ready to grab it with full hands, knowing the risk, then you are not an MBA. We are trying to actually give value addition to all you MBA graduates. How you can define yourself as a better MBA without even showing the academic certificate. If a person can look at you, the way you communicate, the way you express yourself, the way you take forward yourself, the aura that you maintain, he should be the person who should ask you, are you an MBA? If you cannot actually get this kind of a compliment, that means you are actually doing an MBA, but it will never be possible for you to get into that MBA skill sets. And again, I am telling you, when opportunities comes, it is your responsibility to grab it with full arms. The man who grabs it with full arms definitely can hit that bullseye. Let me take up a beautiful example, because as we are talking about entrepreneurship skills, the first basic thing an entrepreneur should have is, when an opportunity comes, he should not look at who is going to take that opportunity. Is the person sitting to me on the left, or on the right, or in the front, or in the back, or is my papa, is my grandma? No, it is you alone who are going to take up this responsibility. So, if you can act like one, then you are an MBA student. It so happened, let us go to first 2020 World Cup, because we are in that swing of energy. As we have just won our first Women's World Cup, we are in an high energy level. But let us understand what kind of leadership was running behind all those who were responsible for the success of Women's World Cup. We will come there also. First we will go to, when an opportunity comes, how are you going to grab it in wholeheartedly without even wasting a minute, with complete confidence in you. That is what can exhibit where you are going to land yourself in future. Again, I am telling you, you need not be an MBA, but still a chaiwala can become a prime minister, provided he has the MBA skills in him, he has that entrepreneurship skills in him. You need not be an MBA, you need not actually have been born in a city or not even a village. Even if you are born in the deep forest as a tribal woman, an MBA may not be required. Still you can become the first citizen of India like Draupadi Murmu if you have the right kind of skill sets and if you have the right kind of an aura. Can you develop that skill set? Today we are going to talk about all of this. He was a fisherman's son. Look at his confidence level. A fisherman's son could at least on an average or on a, let me talk it on a miraculous level, he could aim at, I will become the best fisherman in this place. And this man, when his brothers and cousins were looking deep inside the sea, the fishers, he used to see the reflection of the moon and used to say himself, I want to be on the moon. And this man, Abdul Kalam, even being a fisherman's son, not being an MBA, he was a phenomenal entrepreneur, because he was not just like that title as Missile Man of India. He was given that title because he had amazing entrepreneurship skills. If at all we see our Operation Sindoor has become so much successful, or the BrahMos, what you see now, it is an MBA inclination, it is an MBA dream that was lying there in this man who first designed missiles. And this missile man of India was remembered after the Sindoor operation, and they told if Abdul Kalam sir didn't have been there, today we wouldn't have seen this BrahMos. So, you need not be an MBA to have an MBA skills, but when you are an MBA, you better have better MBA skills. Otherwise, it's not required. I am born businessman. Yes, if a chaiwala can become a prime minister, if a tribal woman can become the first president, if a fisherman's son can become the greatest president and even the greatest scientist and the missile man of India, you and me sitting here in this college, ask yourself, what are you capable of? It is simple mathematics or it is simple science. A chaiwala can become this. If X can become Y when X is just a chaiwala, you are an MBA, what can you become? Because you are not a chaiwala. Are you an X? No. You are ABC. Forget about the last thing, X. So you are the best of the best. Ask yourself, if I have taken this MBA just for the purpose of completion of MBA, that means I am not doing something right. Let me take it up so seriously that it has to be a conviction at which I have chosen this MBA. It was the first 2020 World Cup. They never wanted to send a team also because Indians did not have an experience of playing 2020 matches at all. Now they will have to send a team to play the World Cup. When they are going to send a team, the team has to be hard part. Otherwise, you know, the media is waiting to give critics whenever you do wrong, and the same media is waiting to actually give you so much of encouragement whenever you do something good. That is what media is all about. Now the selectors could not run away from this saying, we will not send the team for the first 2020 World Cup, but definitely we will send the team for the second. No, they had to send a team, so they decided to have a culmination, a togetherness of youngsters and the seniors put together, and they wanted to form a team and send that team for this first 2020 World Cup. When this was running, they invited all the young players, they invited all the senior players. So they assembled all the senior players in room number 1 and junior players in room number 2 in different floors, because they should not know what they are being discussed with. So first they go to the senior players and they had to select a captain, and they also had to select a team, 50% of the team from the seniors. Because they are MBA, because they have vast experience in the field. They have been in the matches consistently for such a long time. You are going to be in your first sem, second sem, third sem, fourth sem, also doing a project. So your exposure is amazing compared to a graduate. Your exposure is simply different. Definitely yes. But what if confident may actually there is a problem? If your confidence itself is weak, you do any number of MBA from whichever university, definitely results cannot be poor. What is actually required is that confidence. I can do it. If Chaiwala can become this, I can also become something. Do you believe in that? Once you believe in that, results will pour. Clement Stone very beautifully told, if you think you can, you can. If you think you cannot, you cannot. That is how life is. You thought you cannot become a cricketer, now you are not a cricketer. You thought you cannot become a singer or a dancer or an actor, now you are not a singer, a dancer or an actor. You felt like MBA will work for me, and you took this MBA and you are doing your MBA because you felt like you can do this. Yes, we are the product of our belief system. If I want to achieve big, make my belief system better. Tell my belief system, if small people can do big wonders and they can become successful, even I can become successful. Improve your belief system for the same purpose as this class. I am not smarter than you. Most of you are much more smarter than you because you are Gen Z. You know more things than what we know. You have more experience and exposure than what we know. We were thinking at your age something like AI will be coming. You are those people who are seeing AI along with you. So you are much more better than me. Where have I come? I have come to polish few things which are rusted out so that you start knowing what is hidden in you. It's like Hanuman who was forgotten because of the curse of Indra. Hanuman forgets as a boy that he is capable of humongous strength, and most of us are also cursed by the same Indra. and we forget all our strengths until somebody comes and pushes and says, hey man, you're made for big things in life, and then you jump back. Then they go to the senior players and they say, we need to select a captain, and also we need to select the 50% of the team players from here. So tell me, who would like to be the captain? Everybody is looking at each other. Nobody is looking in self. In that particular place, दुश्मन कहाँ है? दुश्मन बगल में है. No, दुश्मन बगल में नहीं है. दुश्मन अंदर है. When you have to raise your hand, you can't expect your friend to make you raise your hand. Who can raise your hand? You yourself can raise your hand. Again repeat. दुश्मन कहाँ है? 3 times. दुश्मन कहाँ है? Again. दुश्मन कहाँ है? Again. दुश्मन कहाँ है? दुश्मन बगल में है. Again. दुश्मन बगल में है. Again. दुश्मन बगल में है. But exact answer is दुश्मन बगल में नहीं है. Say it again. दुश्मन बगल में नहीं है. Can you use your hands? दुश्मन बगल में नहीं है. Can you do that? नहीं है. दुश्मन कहाँ है? दुश्मन अगल बगल में नहीं है. Then कहाँ है? अंदर है. Use this line. अंदर है. All of you girls, अंदर है. So if you want to become successful, remove that dushman and become a friend to yourself. Anybody who would have raised their hand on that day, they would have felt proud because they knew उन्हें सिर्फ captainship करना था. The players would have won the match. They repented. When opportunity comes, if you don't grab and you don't have the confidence to grab, then you will be left out. Opportunity will never knock the same door again. Life is always like that. When an opportunity comes, you will have to grab it. When you don't, then what this MBA has to do for you? Nothing. One of the greatest quality of a business administrator is when opportunity comes, when orders come, when customer comes, he goes and grabs it without even wasting a little time. When innovation has to be introduced, an MBA is the first person who says innovation comes first, rest next. You will have to introduce it today, not tomorrow. And this was very, very important. All the senior players say, we don't want to be a part of the team, we also don't want to captain. And there were few who had never had an experience of captainship. They say, we will definitely be a part of the game, but we don't want to captain because we don't have that good confidence in being a captain. Let us be honest. Tendulkar also told the same, Harbhajan also told the same, Yuvraj also told the same. They would not like to do the captainship. Why? They were afraid of what is called as failure. Once you are an MBA, you should start getting allergic to this word failure. Failure should be a day-to-day word in your life. A person who doesn't fail multiple times, how can he experience success? Thomas Alva Edison failed 9,999 times. And then on the 10,000th attempt, he could actually design a bulb which could work not for 1 hour, at least for few minutes. And that was refined, and today the electricity bulb, whatever we are seeing, is an invention. That is the product of that 9,999 failures. If you don't fail multiple times, that means you have not pushed yourself to test outside the comfort zone. You are doing what you were doing yesterday. Then where is the question of failing? Yesterday also you attended the same class, you completed the same class and you participated in the same quiz, you became first. Tomorrow also you will participate in the same place and you will become first. Day after tomorrow you participate in the same place and you will become first. Where is failure? Failure is when you go beyond your comfort zone. The college will say enough of doing inter-collegiate, we will go intra-collegiate and you will be pushed to another college, and there some of the experts would come, and when you are going to participate with them and then win, that is called as winner. But for that to happen, you have to fail multiple times. An MBA man should learn it's okay to fail. What is not okay is to give up on failure. All of you repeat, it is okay to fail. Everybody, it is okay to fail. But what is not okay is to give up once you fail. You should not give up. Okay, how long will I do it? Until and unless I become successful, I will keep on doing it because I don't know which is my nth order. I can give you a lot of examples where people became successful after multiple attempts and finally they could hit that bullseye of being successful. We will come back to that 2020. Now, few senior players agreed to play. They did not want to be a captain. Now comes the juniors. They say, we have already selected the captain, we have already selected the players, we want to select 2-3 of you. But if at all we have an idea of selecting an youngster as a captain, who would like to be the captain? Even before the word could get completed, one man stood tall. He stood up and he raised his hand. And that man was actually Mahendra Singh Dhoni, and there was no looking back. Once he grabbed that opportunity, yes, failures is a part of being successful. You will have to experience multiple failures. They miserably failed the first match. Do you know what the newspapers wrote? Where the selectors drunk when they selected the team, and where they overdrunk when they selected a captain who did not have even an experience of what others had playing the match. Forget about having highest experience and becoming the captain. People wrote. People are there to say, because when you do good, you will be appreciated. When you don't do good, you will be criticized. That is a part of life. You also do the same thing. Can you actually be a neutral person when they actually try to praise you and appreciate you? Because today's success is not equal to tomorrow. Tomorrow you will have to start again from zero. You are an MBA student, you know once the financial year ends, you have made a huge success. You don't know which corona is awaiting, and this year show me how much is the turnover you can make. How much is the profit you can bring. You will have to redo. Don't take this ego that I am a success and then get into a game, because overconfidence is also as brutal as no confidence. Overconfidence is also as brutal as no confidence. Do not take anything lightly, because you are not made to take things lightly. You are made to take seriously. Things very, very seriously. And that man, after losing the first match, the same selectors came up to Dhoni, and Dhoni said, please हमसे बात मत करो, next match के बाद आप आके हमें बात कर सकते हो अगर हम हारेंगे तो. He says very clearly. People come for criticizing. Ayyo, Angapata. What you will say? The loudest way to tell the world shut up is show results. And Dhoni strongly believed in it, and he very clearly told, give me one more match. And any next match, if I am going to lose, then I will talk to you. Right now, let me focus on my next match. And he wants, do not talk to my players also. That is captainship, yeah. He makes it very clear, do not talk to my players. I know what is happening in my mind. I definitely know what is happening in their mind. I don't want any one of you to talk to any one of them. If I actually fail in the next match, we will come and we will listen to you. That's all. There was no looking back. After the first loss, there was no other match we lost, and the first World Cup came to India. Why? Because there was that entrepreneurship skills in Dhoni, where he could take along the team, building them confidence when there was failure. A good leader, a good entrepreneur is not, when something good happens, he tries to appreciate everybody. Then your company cannot grow. A good leader is the one who knows to persuade and motivate when they have failed. And that capability Dhoni himself and he himself had. Even in the team, even in the so-called players' room, he never exhibited any kind of anger after they lost the first match. He knew who all were responsible for that lose, but still he did not utter a word, and he told, we have one more match to set it right. What did he say? We have one more match to set it right. Every time you start, we have one more month to set it right. Last month we did not do the required turnover, but still, why to waste? It's not a 2020. I still have one more month. Next month I am going to do so much. It will compensate this. Yes, sometimes life may 3 consecutive months you may fail, but still you will say, next 3 months I'll make double and I'll compensate for this. This is what is required. Chandrayaan 1 was successful. What is entrepreneurship skills? Chandrayaan 2 failed. But did the entire project fail? Definitely not. The last part of it, what we call soft landing, that is where the failure happened. But that did not actually deteriorate every team member, because Modi went there and he told, your Chandrayaan 3 is already on. Please prepare and let us hit this Chandrayaan 3 and make it a grand success. That is called as entrepreneurship skills. He made them, he built so much of confidence in them, and there was no looking back. For you also, that confidence is required. Whether you like or dislike, you require that confidence. And when your team, whomsoever you are taken to get along with you as an entrepreneur, you will always have a team. Can you motivate your team? One of the best entrepreneurship skills is a team builder should be an entrepreneur. You should know how to build a team, and you should know how to hold on to that team, and you should know how to carry forward with that team, and you should know how to identify the weak links of the team and make them much more stronger. SWOT analysis. Identify your team strength, identify your organization strength, identify your resources strength. Make it still more better, identify your resources weaknesses. It could be human resource, it could be non-human resource. Work on that weaknesses so that weaknesses becomes your strength. And see, next year, because of this improvement, the assets will become more, because the liability again has been transformed into what is called as asset. And there was no looking back. Dhoni became the first successful 2020 World Cup captain. There was no looking back. 3 months down the line, they declared him as a one-day international captain, and still there was no looking back. After 1 year, he was also selected as a test match captain. So it only requires that first courage to say, I am trying to get into an uncomfort zone. For Dhoni, playing as a player was a comfort zone. For all the senior players, playing in the team was a comfort zone, but taking that leadership baton, for that you require entrepreneurship skills, because you are not alone taking your responsibility. As a captain, as an entrepreneur, you are taking the entire organization's responsibility and you are trying to carry it forward. It requires more energy, it requires more positiveness, it requires more confidence than taking you alone in the team, than taking the entire team along. It requires more confidence. For that, your MBA, Masters in Business Administration. Playing a match is business. How many runs they have written? So much. In how many overs they have written? So much. How much fees they have collected in this month? So much. If I want to be better than them, if I want to say I won against them, there is one more college. That college should collect more fees than you. That's all. It's business. What are my strengths? Bowlers are my strengths. What are my weaknesses? Batsmen are my weaknesses. So drop 1 or 2 bowlers, pick up one of the best batsmen, try to make my team very stronger. He was very good in doing that. Have you noticed? To win consecutively every match, he did not play with the same team. To win over any kind of a business or any kind of an order, any kind of an opportunity, you need not have to use the same players and keep on doing the same thing. It does not work. Thomas Alva Edison did not do the experiment same way. He did the experiment different way with different ingredients, and then he failed. So he told, I know the combination of 9,999 ways. When it is done, it's going to fail. And that was intelligence. You also should know, as a team, who is going to take up this order, whom should I send for this order, whom should I send for this order. And in order to give them experience also, because confidence is required. Confidence comes when they play. So for the first few matches, everybody was taken only as a participation, and then next the role and responsibility was given. This is not participation, this is your second game. I want performance. And performance came. So the way he managed the team, it was really a research, and a paper has been written on this, what exactly made this particular World Cup India's World Cup. So it is a research. And down the line, one movie also may come up. Chak De 1 has come. It was the first World Cup that women hockey team won. Chak De 2 will come up, which is the first cricket World Cup that Indian women have won. There also it was a coach who stood as an entrepreneur. And here also in the second game, there was this coach who had excellent record in Ranji, that somehow he could not play for India. Deep inside there was this opaqueness. He used to actually suffer that emotionally. So many records I have done in Ranji. Why is that I was not able to play for India? Am I going to die with this ambition that I had to play for India? I had to get a cup for India. Then a small thought process comes. When you want to do something, when that want is more, opportunities will come. And he grabbed this opportunity and he told, this World Cup, I am going to get a World Cup for India as a coach of this. First, whatever World Cup we have won, he was the coach and there was no looking back, and World Cup is his. We say he won the World Cup, the team has won, that the coach has won the World Cup. Even today, the write-up writes, this coach gave us a Women World Cup. So, you as an entrepreneur, you as an MBA, you have capability of taking all these positions. But when you get into an interview, they expect what kind of entrepreneurship skills you have. Are you ready to fail? What kind of things you already know? Let me play a small video which talks about what such a success and failure could be understood as. It's a beautiful the biggest strength and the biggest obstacle is who? If Modi became so successful, his biggest strength was his dad. Anybody else? No, he himself. His biggest strength is E, and his biggest weakness was also E. I told दुश्मन कहाँ है, बगल में नहीं है, अंदर है. Again I am asking you, दोस्त कहाँ है? दोस्त भी बगल में नहीं है, दोस्त भी अंदर ही है. When an opportunity is given, are you going to become a friend and push your confidence and say, raise your hand, you can become the first World Cup team captain? That was going on inside Dhoni. I want to become the first World Cup Indian captain. Most of you don't want to think also. Why? Your boundary of thinking is within the comfort zone. मैं मम्मी के साथ खेलूंगा, डैडी के साथ खेलूंगा, भाई के साथ खेलूंगा. पूरा जिंदगी you cannot do that. Are you ready to go outside the comfort zone? And most of you, the choice of what you have taken also is again influenced by the family. It may be a little sarcastic, but understand the joke, because you will know most of your decisions will be made just like this. It is a small discussion happening after 10th standard. The result has been announced. For example, I take one name. Anybody by name Lata here? No. So I can take that name with lot of liberty. One Lata has completed her 10th standard. Now she has to decide which college to go. Now what she is thinking, which college to go, which college to go, and the father is sitting, brother is sitting, mom is preparing a coffee. Casually the father asks, very nice Lata, you have actually scored a very good marks. Now what do you want to do? When you have something in your mind, you will tell, no, nothing is there in your mind. You are always dependent on whatever your dad and mom says. I don't say that is wrong, but at least at some places you should take some charge and say, let me take up this and let me say I want to do this. What mom will do? Mom wants her daughter to be in a comfort zone. So mom says, our neighbor Lakshmi is there, na? Which college is she going? Lakshmi is going to, assuming Vijaya College for Commerce. You do like this. You can also go to the same college. It will be comfortable for both of you going and coming. Beautiful. At 10th standard, your maturity and your decision making skills was not so good. I am talking about MBA students. Decision making skills is required. You cannot become a herd mentality person. One sheep crosses one lane and he goes like this, every sheep will follow. It should not happen. An entrepreneur is the one who thinks out of the box. It doesn't think just like everybody else. Now this was decided, both of them finished +1 and +2. Now Lalata has completed +2 with good marks, including her friend Lakshmi. And now again the discussion is happening. Now what should we do? As they are having the breakfast, the father very obediently asks his daughter, daughter, have you made up your mind what exactly you want to do? Again you are silent. What will mom think? Okay, she is again silent. She has not yet made up her mind. She again tells the same thing. What is Lakshmi taking up. Lakshmi is going for BCom, assuming in RR Institute of Technology only. Okay, done. BCom also completed. After BCom, the same discussion is happening. Fine. And again the father very obediently thinking my daughter will just say what she wants now, and he says, my beautiful and smart daughter, now that your BCom is completed, what do you want to do? Daughter is again silent. When he or she sees daughter is still silent, the mother again asks, what is Lakshmi planning to do? And immediately they say, Lakshmi is planning to go for an MBA in RR Institute of Technology, you also go. So what is happening? In all these places you are using the same herd mentality and getting into a comfort zone just because your friend is there. Now we will come to the most serious thing. What is that most serious thing? Now MBA is also over, they have got a good job. Now they are sat in order to discuss about alliance. Alliance? In the free time, as the breakfast was over, father very obediently asked our daughter, Amma Lata, do you have anything in mind? This is the kind of alliance what you want. Then she again keeps her mind shut. She also keeps her mouth zipped. And immediately her mother will say, we'll do like this. Now Lakshmi has got married to one person. It will be comfortable. We will also marry her off to the same person. We will stop. It may look a little tricky. Ask yourself, how do you choose what you want to become? Is it because of that influence of what your friend has taken, or it is because of a shout? There is an inner shout, there is an inner voice who shouts and says, you can become this. You try this. That inner shout made Mahendra Singh Dhoni raise his hand and say, I want to be the captain. Can you create that inner sound? Can you close your eyes and listen to yourself what you could have become right now, or what you want to become after this? Can you listen to yourself? That is where he say, learn to actually get into non-doing mode. Sit in silence. Ask yourself, as an MBA student, what am I actually made for? And slowly answers will come. In order to understand this, we were talking about who is the biggest obstacle, and we were also talking about who is the biggest friend. In both these places, the biggest strength or the biggest obstacle is your belief system. The biggest obstacle is your belief system. What you believe in, what you believe you can. A belief. An MBA or a non-MBA is all about your belief system. Defeated 8 times in election. Abraham Lincoln won the first biggest election and he became the greatest president ever. He failed how many times? So many number of times. Everything should be made. Einstein, who was rejected for a school admission, he becomes a person who makes a syllabus. A man who led an army of peasants, Mao, becomes the great leader. Seventh child of a poor African American couple, Michael Jackson, became the superstar of the millennium. A boy from Islam, Pelé, becomes the greatest footballer. A ball boy in 1987, Tendulkar, becomes a god of cricket. A black kid in the white dominance, Muhammad Ali, became the champion of champions. A woman who worked in cafes, J.K. Rowling, Harry Potter. A man who drew ambulance few of the great entrepreneurs, but before that, always remember your start can be anything. But what belief you have, that will decide where your destination is going to be. All of us have started equally. The greatest gift God gives us is whether you are a rich, whether you are a poor, all of us are born equal and we are born like anybody else. But how are you going to die? That will define what is your belief system, what is your confidence, how confident you are, who is the person who is influencing your confidence. All this will make a lot of difference. Yes, Chandragupta Maurya, who was picked up from the street, you would have lived a life like a slum man, and you would have died as a slum man being a leader of that small slum place. But when he fell into the hands of Chanakya, he could become the greatest emperor. Again, I am telling you, that churning happened because of Chanakya, and this MBA is that Chanakya which can do that kind of a churning, and your teachers are playing the role of becoming those Chanakyas. So, how seriously you actually put yourself into them, how are you going to align to them, that is going to decide how much transformation you can do. No questions was asked by Chandragupta Maurya when he was picked up and during the training program for everything that Chanakya asked him to do, because he believed him so and it gave him results. In the same manner, as you guys are doing your MBA, or you having that complete faith in your teachers and ready to do everything what they are going to tell you, then definitely nobody can stop you. You will also get the same success what they have reached. But you should give your total submission. A sculpture will pick up the rock. The rock was picked up. That was Chandragupta Maurya. But it was not easy for him to create a Chandragupta emperor out of him. For that he had to sculpt, and every time he hit him hard, he was ready to accept that hit, and that is why he transformed himself into so-called as an emperor. Chanakya is the same. In the past, from the same college, as I was looking the records of the placement, there were students who have got 10 lakhs per year, 25 lakhs per year, 12 lakhs per year. It has happened in the past. That means there is always a way. We always say this line, where there is a will, there is a way. Can you repeat that? Where there is a will, there is a way. Again, where there is a will, there is a way. Let us rephrase. There is always a way. Do you have the will? In the same premises, students have got a corporate, what you call it as a campus drive, and they have got a salary offer of 25 lakhs plus, 12 lakhs plus. Last time when I visited Christ University, and as I was addressing this MBA student, when I was asking how was your corporate drive, one of them stood up and said, "Sir, I have got 75 lakhs per year offer from one of the AI based company." He's doing his MBA. But still he has upgraded himself in AI to that core. They had no other option to select him, and he was appointed as a prompt engineer. Prompt engineer is a person who writes prompts to any of these so-called AI based chat GPTs. It could be ChatGPT, it could be Deep Blue Sea, it could be Perplexity, okay, it could be Gemini, it could be Meta AI. So he was writing such beautiful prompts. The salary that was offered is 75 lakhs. Go back to the history of this college campus earlier, where people were offered good salary. That means there is always a way. Do you have the will? Can you come like you are an MBA student? Can you come like there is a blazer which is stuck on you, which is showing a signal, I am not ordinary, I am extraordinary. That has to come from deep inside. Your trainers cannot, your teachers cannot persuade you to wear the clothes as per an MBA, Masters in Business Administration. No, Saturdays I excuse myself. No, I don't excuse myself on Saturdays also. Commitment and living with conviction is where there is nothing called a Saturday. All these great leaders did not take Saturday as a non-working holiday. They took Saturday also as a working day. So today they are so famous because of that attitude of theirs. The world remembers the greatest leader Narendra Modi, who is present second term Prime Minister of India. You actually ask a ChatGPT or a Perplexity or a Meta AI and tell them who is, as per the globe, in the entire world is considered the best prime ministers. the first name that pops up is Narendra Modi. Third or fourth name that pops up is Trump. Why? Because of the discipline that he has followed. Even when he was a chief minister, he was an entrepreneur. He was not managing one company. He was managing the entire state. The entire Gujarat was under his control and he was managing it, not even taking one day off. Deepavali would have been a Deepavali for you. It was a working day for Modi. Sunday would have been a non-working day for you. It was a working day for Modi. He did not even take one day leave from past 30 years. That is what his record says. And never, even for the sake of jet lag, he would have taken a half a day off when he was in a tour for any kind of foreign visits. Never he took even half a day off. And the other leaders were amazed. They were saying, he just arrived and he is there for the meeting. And they asked, "आप कैसे manage कर लेते हो jet lag?" हम योगा करते हैं ना. When there is a will that jet lag should not disturb you, it will not. When your will doesn't say jet lag should not disturb, if you are feeling and saying, right now I'm feeling sleepy, sleep will come still more. When you say, no, I don't want to sleep, sleep will run away from you. I don't want to take off, that taking off also will run away from you. So learn, it is okay to fail. What is not okay is to jump back, bounce back after your failures. This is the greatest lesson you will have to learn as an MBA student. So, I used to work in a petrol bank, yes, but that was not my destiny. I'm studying right now in RR Institute, but that is not my destiny. A day might come where I will have 10 such RR Institutes under my name. Are you courageous enough to take up this and say, I want to do this? You are not courageous. And once again I am asking you, why are you feeling you are courageous or not courageous? Because all these days, did you do everything on your own? No. You can't even wink your eye on your strength. Everything is happening because of thy will. Ask yourself, what is that you have done from so many years? Nothing. Everything is happening by itself. Why? There is an energy who is working as a co-author, that is him. But he cannot without you and you also cannot without him. When you feel low in confidence, you have forgotten that he is there in you. When you forget that he is there in you, you become weak. When you don't forget he is there in you, you will become stronger. When you forget everything I only have done, we are overconfident, then slowly you are instructing the God in you, you need not do anything. My khud handle kar lunga. And that will not work. Now, Prati Sati Idrallene, we actually failed very, very miserable. So let us understand, my yesterday is not equal to today. Today is not going to be equal to tomorrow. I may be an ordinary person tomorrow. No, but day after, I am going to be a special man. I am working towards it. So that belief system you should have. And that belief system you should have based on whose strength? Because of his strength. What is he incapable of? What is that the entire world can do what God cannot do? He can do everything. So believe in him, believe in yourself and see to it whatever is your dream, let it become true. It's okay to fail. Let us see, I used to work in a petrol bank, Dhirubhai Ambani. I was rejected in the interview of the pilot. Yes, he was rejected. So he did not keep quiet. Sometimes we say it's okay if God upsets your plans and gives you something else. It's okay. Why? If this plan was not upsetted, we wouldn't have had a missile man for India. We wouldn't have had a greatest scientist. So sometimes it is okay if God would have upsetted you in various places. Think every failure is a way of training you for a better one. So take it with that spirit. Don't think as rejection and don't give up. He did not give up. He became much, much more bigger than just being a scientist. So, I was rejected for job in All India Radio. All of you know, Amitabh Bachchan is famous for that strong voice. The same voice was rejected in All India Radio. They told, this hard voice early in the morning, if people listen, they will run away. Today we say, if this hard voice people will listen, if they are outside the auditorium, they will come inside the auditorium. When he says, Kaun banega crorepati, people would like to come in. That is the voice he had. So sometimes it is okay if God upsets your plans and because he is having better plans than you. It's okay for him to fail in 8th standard. You would have failed in multiple places. It's okay. Those failures were required for you to go up. That is what you will have to learn. I failed in 8th standard. That was me. But today they call me God of cricket. Even if I would have become a double graduate, they wouldn't have called me God. So it's okay. Yes, sometimes you get not selected for the simple things, but in the same field, you would have reached a pinnacle. Who will believe this tall man would have got rejected in the school basketball team? Yes, he was rejected. Did he give up? No. Today, the school will be honored to keep his name for the school. And they would be ready to pay any $1 billion because his name is going to go to the school. So everything is possible if you think and you believe so, and if you are not allergic to this word failure, and if you strongly believe it is okay to fail, what is not okay is to give up after failure. That is the simple lesson that I will have to learn. Yes, he did not complete his college. That did not stop him. Every college has a special room for his devices. All MS Office devices has been used in every college, and that was Bill Gates. Yes, he used to serve tea. A Chaiwala becoming a prime minister, a tea seller becoming the greatest footballer. It is possible. Believe in this. I used to sleep floors. Yes, Steve Jobs. Today we stand in queue, we wait for the next version of Apple, any kind of Apple phones or any kind of Macintosh. They are just waiting for it to get released. People want to stand in queue all over the world to buy that first day, first product. So that is this man. Yes, he ate in hotels. He ate in ISKCON temples where they offered them prasad. That was Steve Jobs. And his wife specially came for this Kumbh Mela because that was his vision and that was his ultimate aim and dream of life. That I want to come for this Maha Kumbh Mela, which happens once in 150 years. And his wife came on behalf of him and she completed his dream just to see to it that his dream is fulfilled. So on behalf of him, his wife attended. Again I am telling you, it is okay if you used to sleep on the floors. Even that person can become a Steve Jobs. It's okay you did not have enough money to have a morning, afternoon, evening food for yourself. You could always go for what's so called as ISKCON temples and collect that prasadam and live in that prasadam, but still one day you become the richest man, Steve Jobs. So it is possible. My teacher used to call me a failure, Tommy Blair, and you know how successful he is. And when we talk about his teacher called him a slow learner, mentally handicapped, he was not even given admission for school even at the age of 7, and he becomes Albert Einstein with 1,500 inventions under his cap. Harry Potter, 12 times J.K. Rowling book Harry Potter was rejected. They called it a stupidity. A man will sit on a broom and he will keep running. A small stick you do like this and some magic happens. People call it stupidity. Mickey Mouse, people call it stupidity. Charlie Chaplin act, people call it stupidity. And computer, people also call it stupid. Do you know what a computer was called? Gigo machine. Garbage in, garbage out machine. But one person thought, why can't we make computer not a garbage in, garbage out? Can we make him an intelligent system? That one person's thought is today a big business. Again you see, if you can see between two business and that between those two business, that business becomes greater and bigger than these two business. What is Amazon? What is Flipkart? They don't manufacture anything on their own. They don't have R&D department of their own. They are only so-called delivery people. And today they earn more than the manufacturer or anybody else, distributor or anybody else. Why? As a delivery man, you can still earn 10 times more than the manufacturer. Today we don't say, I brought a Dell laptop from where? You say, I brought a laptop from Amazon. You bought what from Amazon? So Amazon becomes a manufacturer in the audience name. Audience remember that brand Amazon. And they believe and trust that brand Flipkart and Amazon. If I buy something from them, it works. It's not going to have any kind of a service problem. And that is what is important. So everywhere you will be a failure, then you become a successful person. KFC founder, sometimes you think age is a barrier. What do you think age is a barrier? At the age of 65, he becomes one of the most successful businessmen. He was a failure till 65. This is a good example for most of your uncles and aunts who think हमारा life गया है already over, 40 plus over, 50 plus over, 60 plus over. Even at 65 he did not give up. At the age of 65 he designed the best recipe, and his recipe was rejected not once or twice, 1009 times. Few of you MBA attend one or two interviews and you say, "Kya MBA किया है? कुछ भी interview I am not able to click." 3 only na? Did you attend 1009? If you attend 1009, you will write a book on how to face an interview. Or you will write a book on how not to face an interview. So 9,999 times how the bulb was made. A book was written by Thomas Alva Edison, and he told, "I have written a book which will tell how this has not to be made." That is also important, and that is how you become successful. Sylvester Stallone, this first movie Rocky, nobody was interested in the script. That was the time when James Bond movies were famous. That was the time when love movies were famous. I am talking about the world forum, not India, Hollywood. I am talking about Bollywood. At that particular time, boxing as a small example, they thought it was not going to work. He gave the script to so many producers. Nobody was interested to make a movie. No director was ready to make a movie. No actor was ready to act in that movie. Ultimately, he takes the responsibility of everything. Director, producer, and even actor. And there was no looking back. Rocky 1, Rocky 2, Rocky 3 is becoming successful. And that name was captured, and our Rocky Bhai, yes, got that name because Rocky is such a famous bird. So everything is possible if you have that MBA mentality. I have done my MBA, but do you have that MBA mentality in you? Do you have that MBA maturity in you? You have that MBA tolerance in you? You have that MBA belief system in you? Do you have that MBA confidence in you? This is what can take each and every one of you sitting here from wherever you are, or something so pinnacle which you wouldn't have even imagined. It is possible, but he is believing it. Do you believe so? That is important. Your belief system is very, very important. Thomas Edison, I have told you 9,900 way he created a light bulb and he was not successful. Winston Churchill failed his 6th grade and then he becomes a prime minister at the ripe age of 62. And Charlie Chaplin, his act was initially rejected by a Hollywood studio because they considered it as stupidity. But then that stupidity is famous even today. So, and Sir Isaac Newton's mother pulled him out of the school to do business. He was not meant to do business. So evaluate your strengths, weaknesses, and then you decide what kind of vertical you want to get into. It should not be like Lakshmi ने इससे शादी किया, मैं भी उसी से शादी करता हूँ. बिल्कुल नहीं. It has to be लक्ष्मी किसी से शादी करने दो, मैं उसी से शादी करूँगा जो मेरे अंदर एक घंटी बजेगी. This is the business I am going to do. And if that happens, yes, it works. He ran the family, he failed, and then again he became a scientist. So ask yourself, you cannot become a greater cook and then hold the bat and the ball and say, I will play today. It doesn't work. Ask yourself, what is that you are good at? When you take up something that you are good at, it works wonder. Okay, so this is how you will have to choose your career. Stephen King's first novel was rejected 30 times before it was published. And I have told you, this man was called as a blue-eyed boy of failure. I am talking about Abraham Lincoln. He lost the first election, lost his job in 1832, defeated for legislature 1832, and again failed in business 1833, elected to legislature. This is one hit, that's all. His sweetheart died, again a failure, had a nervous breakdown, again a failure. He defeated as a speaker, again a failure. Defeated for nomination, again a failure. How much courage it is required when he failed so many times to bounce back? When his wife and sweetheart dies, he bounced back the next year. No, he had a nervous breakdown, still more. After that, you will give up on your life. Hey, after his wife passed away, he had a nervous breakdown. From that time, he is bedridden. No, Abraham Lincoln is not that. He bounced back and he defeated the nomination for Congress. That means even nomination also he could not get. First time he gets elected here, 1846. But lost the nomination, rejected from land officer's job. Defeated as a Senate, defeated for nomination for Vice President. He was not even allowed to be a nominee because for that also election happens. and next again defeated for the Senate, and finally he was elected as a president in 1860. Look at him, when he failed multiple times, he did not give up, he knew how to bounce back, and he tried different things, and he did not try the same thing in the same way. He tried different thing in a larger zone, not in that comfort zone. He went outside the comfort zone. First election was for a small place. Second election was simply for a Senate. Then he tried for vice president. He did not keep doing small things. He expanded. Ask yourself, do you have that expandable pan, or you have kept the pan fixed and you are expecting to buy the fish according to the size of the pan? That is stupidity. Buy the fish and enlarge your pan. That is MBA. So that skill set is what we are expecting you to grow. Friends, there is many such people who struggle. Life is not about what you shouldn't do so far. It's all about what you can still do. Wait on, go on. Miracles will do happen, because you are not ordinary people. You are MBA students. So there was no looking back for MBA students. Now, let us look at 15 great entrepreneurs. I have spoken. But the same revision so that you get it again and again. We will start understanding. I have already taken this example. Yes, here is Dhirubhai Ambani. Dhirubhai Ambani, a visionary founder. He starts from a very humble background with a 50,000 rupees investment, and he starts developing a bigger company with 50,000 crore investment. Today, he is actually worth much more than that. His kids are what I am talking about. So all these are possible. J.R.D. Tata, the father of Indian aviation industry, from a zero, he becomes a hero, and the first Air India was under his rule. After the government took over, they wanted to have it back, and then things automatically happened, and there was no looking back. Founded Tata Airlines in 1932, a great entrepreneur. Narayan Murthy starts in a small garage, a software company which is in Jayanagar block, where I come from. I have travelled all the way from Jayanagar, and today the market cap is 95 billion worth. And a man who gave an honor of bringing a prime minister as his son-in-law, we never thought a day would come when we would rule the Britishers. Had you ever thought? Britishers ruled us. Somewhere deep in our heart, we used to feel, ek din, we should be ruling them. And that ruling as a prime minister is a son-in-law. So that MBA achievement would be equally important. So when we talk about HCL, a great entrepreneur, he started off with a small empire, and today it is a $10 billion empire. You as an MBA student, you can hit this pinnacle provided you have that confidence, provided you have your conviction, and provided the dushman in you will be killed and a dost in you should be brought. Again, let me put it very clear. All these great entrepreneurs who have become very successful, they were not successful because of their parents, they were not successful because of their neighbors, they were not successful because of their friends, they were only successful because of themselves. If you are a failure, it is only because of you, and if you are a success and you are a successful person, again it is only because of you, nobody else. दुश्मन कहीं पे भी नहीं है, बगल में भी नहीं है, अंदर है. दोस्त कहीं नहीं है, अंदर है. It is you alone who can win and make yourself successful. Work towards it. So very important. Yes, as you know, Ratan Tata, we recently lost him. A man who could be remembered for this car which was given at a subsidized price. And today there is no such product Tata doesn't deal with. An entrepreneur. It was not easy for him. He had to give up his education, and then he had to start, and then there was no looking back. He became one of the greatest industrialists and innovator. Today also, when we talk about Tata Consultancy Services, all of us have a dream of working in Tata. Tata is the only company where when people are recruited, the HR will never have to monitor them that they may leave the company at any moment. No. They are so much aligned because of the rules and regulations, because of the protocols, because of holding on to the so-called human resource. They have done it so beautifully. And next would be Kiran Mazumdar, a very ordinary lady, as we have taken a tribal woman becoming a president. In the same manner, she tried starting a biocon firm in her garage with a small investment, and then today she is earning 970 million revenue in the last financial year 2024 and 2025. She is working as a woman entrepreneur, trying to bring medicines at affordable prices. The central government also is having a project with her to give medicines at a very affordable price, which is being distributed through what is called as Jan Aushadhi Kendra, which is a central government firm, and that has a huge revenue that it is building, and it is also working towards a social cause. All the lower middle class family who had to suffer a huge pay for investment on medicines, they are getting it done so easily, and that was possible because she started off. And there is no looking back. Sachin and Vinny Bansal, Flipkart, and who started off Flipkart, they sold it at 16 billion to Walmart deal, and today it is a 6 billion revenue generator. It was a simple idea. They saw in the US, people are buying products online, and there is a delivery system which is delivering them to the customers. They thought, why don't we make a same copy in India? It's not easy. Indian environment works a little differently. They did not believe so because Indians would love to buy online. Indians did not want to pay online. Indians did not want to buy something without looking at it. They wanted to have a first time feeling and then buying. That was how India was. And today he changed because he knew a day would come, India had to transform, and they made the investment first. Again, I am telling you, the earlier you say yes and getting to that, the followers will never be a competitor to you. You will be in the pinnacle like a Mount Everest, and they will be a small mountains next to you. So the decision making skills is very important. How fast and quick you take the decision, understand the business between the two business, and invest on that and try to grow, then you are called as an entrepreneur. That would be very, very important. So definitely yes, all of you may be knowing Bhavish Agarwal, who is a Ola Cabs. His 600 million revenue was generated in the last of a financial year. And definitely all of you know Oyo. Oyo was a simple idea. He booked a hotel and he was not happy with the hotel, and then he thought, I should bring a system where a person books a hotel, he exactly gets the same hotel and he exactly gets the same price. Because over the phone the price was discussed something else, over the phone something else was told, and when he went there, in some cases he did not get the rooms at all. In some cases the room what he got was completely different than what he had seen. So he wanted to bridge that gap. Again I am telling you, a businessman or an MBA is the person who will look at where I can bridge the gap. If I can bridge that gap, you will be much more highest earner than the hotel owner himself. And today he earns much more than all the hotel owners put together. So that is his revenue. That out of the box thinking is what we are expecting from every one of you sitting here as an MBA students. So you should make your mind think out of the box. Go into silence, sometimes put a music, a very light music, close your eyes and ask yourself this question, what am I made for? What is my future? What is my career? What is that ultimate goal that I want to achieve? What is that something different I will have to do so that my parents and my India, this world is going to feel proud of me? If you don't think, the thought process will not come, because the genie, the positive energy is surrounded. Again the devils, the negative energy is surrounded. They are waiting to give whatever you ask for. Any moment of time, for every second, it is uttering this word, your wish is my command master. Can you please tell me, what can I do for you? You're sitting in silence and you're releasing a thought process. I should be $1 million, I should have $1 million business in next 2 years. Then the genie will say, your wish is my command master. It shall be fulfilled. Hurdles will come. Difficulties will come. All these people did not start with a godfather. They started small in a garage. It was a simple idea. And all these people have failed multiple times. It's not that they were successful all the time. They have failed multiple times. Also being failed multiple times, they were daring enough to bounce back and do multiple times different things. And one of them clicks and there was no looking back. And all these people are examples for that. Yes, Falguni Nair, you know, today she is a market leader. Her revenue was 420 million. Falguni Nair left a successful investment banking career. It requires courage to live a job which can fetch you a good salary and say, I will start something on my own. It requires courage. It's not easy. And she was capable of doing it. Do you have that entrepreneurship skills in you? That is what is the question all about. This is something which came very recently. 2 days back on the front page of Times of India comes a story of these three individuals. We will take up the Indians, Adarsh Hiremat and Surya Mehta. They developed an app. They developed an app which will do every interviewing till the completion, and it will shortlist a student exactly according to his core capabilities, and it will hand over that candidate to top 5 companies. Who are those top companies? ChatGPT. Who are those top 5 companies? Gemini, Google, Microsoft. And this was evaluated at 10 billion evaluation. A very simple app. Please download this app. Please write down Mallicor, M-E-R-C-O-R. You as an MBA student, you can download this app. You can say what is your qualification, and if you are trying for a high-end jobs, it will ask you what kind of jobs would you be interested in, and it will also propose these kind of jobs are open to you, and are you ready for the interview. It will give you what are the skill sets you require, and you will have to upgrade on those skill set, and once you say you are ready, it will do a video conferencing with you. Everything is done by AI agents, no human resources at all. It will do every interview, it will complete all the interview process, and then the candidate is handed over to the person. He is put there and he is in action. Everything will be taken care. There are no loopholes at all. When humans are involved, a possibility of loopholes are there. When no humans are used and only artificial intelligence are used, a pure disciplined IT professional or a pure disciplined MBA skill set holder will be picked, and it will offer it to the company. That is Marker. So please work on this, and there is no looking back. Baiju. And 80% of these people, where do they have their business? Do they have in Maharashtra, Madhya Pradesh, Delhi? Where? Bengaluru. All these people who started their business, everybody is in Bengaluru. Where are you living? Bengaluru. Where is RR Institute? Bengaluru. You are already in the right place. Few right decisions you make, maybe 3 years down the line, I will be taking one of your photo and saying, there was a man like this who was studying MBA in the year 2025, where I was given an opportunity by Divya ma'am to handle a class of MBA students. He was sitting and listening to me. Today he is worth 22 billion. Is it possible? Most of you can't say that yes also with energy. If you say yes, he will come. Jimmy, what he will say? Your wish is my command, master, I will fulfill. So what he will say? I don't want to say yes. Why? I'm not confident. I don't want to say yes. An MBA should say yes. Is it yes? Yes. Is it yes? Yes. Genie has told yes. Give me your photo, good photographs, so that I'll put it there. Afterwards, I may not get such a photograph. Okay. Now, Dipender Goyal and all of you know about Zomato and Swiggy. They are just food delivery boys. Have you ever looked at them with respect? No. If you are next to a hotel and a supplier, you say, call my supplier kindly on there idli tarasri anta. When that idli person comes, how do you look at him? Today he is earning more than all the hotel people earn. 10-15% they charge, sometimes 25% for some of the deliveries. He earns more than what a hotel person earns, because he was able to think out of the box. There was one man who told, I will sell things online. He told, I will not sell, I'll drop these things online. That's all. That person also was dropping, I am also dropping, but I will be exclusively dropping only food. He is dropping non-food. So that was the only difference. Amazon, Flipkart and this, that was the only difference. Now Amazon and Flipkart also have got into this food delivery. So where there is business, people will get into. The first person who jumps into the business and stays there with all the failures, he reaches that pinnacle, he becomes the Mount Everest, and rest of them will be small mountains. That's how life is going to be. So we have seen this journey just to understand few basic entrepreneurship mindset. I have given you a lot of examples. 11:30, another 15 minutes. So I have given lot of examples, but still if I need to understand what are the basic entrepreneurship skill sets that you should know. In an MBA, there is definitely an accounting subject. So, accounts has to be your core competence, because a business where accounts is not maintained properly is an important pillar. If that crashes, your entire business crashes. So it's very important that you be strong for financial literacy. So very important, there are various ways by which you can become very strong there. Even if your business grows logarithmically, if it is all over the world, there are ERP softwares which can completely take care of it. There are SAP, there are Tally as an ERP, there is PeopleSoft, there is BAN, multiple softwares are there. But you should have the knowledge of those softwares, how an ERP works, which can manage such robust business. You should know that. If Netflix is a business not because of the business. Netflix is a business because of the software which is managing that, which we call SaaS, software as a service. Can you repeat? Yes, yes, SaaS. Again, yes, yes, SaaS. SaaS stands for software as a service. Again, SaaS stands for software as a service. See, when Netflix, any movie, if all 150 crore subscribers need to watch, he did not build up anything. It's already ready. The moment consistent watchers go more, he will buy one more server and it gets connected. That's all. He is ready to serve to one. He is ready to serve to 150 crores. That is what we say SaaS, software as a service. Subscription, software as a service. Facebook, subscription, software as a service. Get as an MBA into a business where you can expect recurring business and where your absence will create a big opaqueness in the world. Tomorrow if Facebook doesn't work, WhatsApp doesn't work, what will you do? 50% of you will commit suicide. Not in that term, because you are completely handicapped. You don't know what to do. Gmail stops. Do you know how many people would have done their, what you call it as a corporate mailing? If it comes to a complete halt, the entire business will come to a standstill. People cannot imagine having them not having access even for few minutes, and even for few minutes something happens, and if the access is denied, tomorrow it becomes a world sensational news. Yesterday Facebook was not available for 10 minutes in India, not all over the world. In US, some part of those states. Yes, it's a beautiful system. So getting into SaaS, software as a service, is a beautiful thing. So you need to have financial literacy, you need to have IT literacy, you need to have SaaS literacy also, software as a service literacy. So you need definitely a leadership skills, which I have already spoken. You should be an amazing inspirer. When people want to work for you, you should be that visionary person where they speak to you, they should simply fall in love with you. And they should believe that under the leadership of Mahendra Singh Dhoni, we can definitely win this World Cup. This was the belief system after the second match win by entire players. Because Dhoni also knew the loudest way to tell the world to shut up is, let me show results. And when he showed that result, even the selectors did not dare to come after the second match, after the third match, after the fourth match. The selectors only spoke to them after they won the World Cup, and they told, your team was amazing and your captaincy was simply miraculous. And that was Mahendra Singh Dhoni. So putting it again, you should be that person who can inspire. You will have to build a very positive, very creative working environment, because ups and downs are a part of life. Today it's a rainy season, tomorrow it is hot, day after tomorrow it is chilly, and a day after tomorrow it's combination of all this. Business will have ups and downs, all kinds of hurdles. With all those hurdles, as a leader, Chandrayaan 1 was successful, Chandrayaan 2 when it failed. To build up a Chandrayaan 3 team, to make it successful, it required the entrepreneur lot of motivation and inspiring things, because he had to build the team, because they had lost. For Mahendra Singh Dhoni also, when the first World Cup, first match was lost, it was very difficult, but he put up his courage to inspire, to build positiveness, to create an environment and tell them, this is the match, we will show the world what we are capable of. Forget about whatever happened in the last match, what we got lost. Forget about whatever happened in the last financial year. This financial year, let us start with a new beginning, and we will actually make it a record financial year by making the highest profit. That is how build positiveness, creativeness, lead cross-functionality. See, when you are managing multiple departments, as a CEO, you should know how to handle those multiple departments, how to make them cross-communicate, how to make them be in the same page. Sometimes, most of the time, different departments will not know the activity of the entire company. They will never be in the same page. So that is very, very important. Lead cross-functionality, manage diverse stakeholders effectively. Then yes, build a leadership skills, create multiple boot camps, and have discussions directly with the chief experience officer who is there, so that they understand his vision. So that's the reason every time in Microsoft, every time in Dell, every time in Google, there will be the CEO who will come and address every employer, because it's a digital world. Every employers will be addressed and every employer's queries will be handled, and that way a vision is built, an inspiration is built, so that they are ready to lead a team. This becomes very, very important. Strategic thinking and problem solving. Which business doesn't have problem? There is no business which is a cakewalk. Whether it is a small, whether it is a large, or whether it is a very large business, there will always be hurdles. But as a good leader, do you have that in you, that you can motivate when it is down, and you can push them, and also ask them, warn them when there is a success, and tell them not to take the success onto their head, because next day they will have to start with zero only. Too much of confidence is as dangerous as no confidence. Please work on that. So value-based is analyze the complexities, trying to work on strategic thinking. Everybody is thinking like that. Let me think this way. That is expansion. See, when it came to China, when it came to, we will take a Bombay. Bombay couldn't have expanded like this. China also couldn't have expanded like this, because they are surrounded with water. So one man thought up and he told, we can go this way. That is where flat systems came. In the same place, multiple people could have stayed. It's the same area. Earlier it was only 2 floors. Few people used to say with 80 floors, 30 floors, 40 floors. That is out of the box thinking. So strategic thinking and problem solving skills. When there is a problem, try to look at what is the best solutions you could give. There is a 6 acts of problem solving attitude. That is also a session available. As an MBA, they would have covered on this. Try to analyze the problem from the different objectives and try to give a solution. When a problem comes, please do not run away from problem. This is what an MBA and expert will learn, because on a day-to-day basis in your MBA, these kind of problems are taken and so solutions are given. You will learn and you will start looking for solutions. So you should be a visionary, and you should definitely have amazing communication skills. You should be able to come on the dais, stand like how I am, or stand like your teachers who are there and explain things, explain about your product, make them believe this is one of the best products. Invest on this product, you will see yourself and your children in their bright future tomorrow. This saying has to come. It was not easy for Dhirubhai Ambani to make people buy stocks, because it was the next era of independence. People did not believe each other. At that point of time, a petrol bunk employee walks in, stands on the dais and he says, "Agar aap mere saath doge to main aapko amir banaunga, aapko amir, I'll make you rich, I'll make you rich, I'll make you rich. Invest. Let us all become rich." So that communication skill is required. It's an energy. It has to drive that subconscious state. It should touch that subconscious state and make you believe, yes, I want this. We are amazing, mesmerizing communicators. Swami Vivekananda has already proved it. So the world looks up to us as leaders, and today the top 20 companies, at least 10 companies, the CEO is an Indian. Be it Microsoft, be it Dell, be it which other? Google. It is an Indian who is the CEO. Why? Because we are the most amazing, effective communicators, and we are amazing public speakers. That was the time when everybody was leaving the hall. India was not looked at such a great country. Just because an opportunity had to be given for that religious need, The last speaker for that particular day was given as Swami Vivekananda, and he had no other reason to accept it because he couldn't have demanded any better position. At least they are giving him a chance to speak. That was how they actually took it. And when the entire hall was getting diluted, they were shifting from the main hall to the other places, to the dining place, to the tea place, to the garden. But the mic was kept in every place. And they say the last man for today happens to be from India. Please put your hands together, ladies and gentlemen, to welcome Swami Vivekananda. The moment India and Swami Vivekananda they hear, 50% of the audience stand and they are leaving. But this man, Swami Vivekananda, comes with an attire. He touches the mic. Look at the voice what we have. He stands there and he says, "My beloved brothers and sisters of America." This is a vibration. It gives that air-raising experience. You also say it sometimes. It gives you that air-raising experience. The entire people who are in the dining, they wanted to say, whose voice is this? You should actually by heart memorize the entire speech. You are an MBA. मैं आज वो स्वामी विवेकानंद का speech बोल के I want to start today's business meet. Let me start, my beloved citizen America. Yes, by heart that speech and exactly speak in the tone what he has spoken. You are an MBA. You should be an amazing public speaker. The moment you come and stand there, until you comes दूसरों का आवाज चल रहा था. The moment you come on the dais, the moment Dhirubhai comes on the dais, the moment Swami Vivekananda comes on the dais, the moment Kantara is put into the India's map or a world's forum, there was no looking back. Our way of presenting is among us. Nobody can do anything like that. With that budget reaching so high, you can't imagine the budget of Avengers. It is not even 1/10. So, you should have amazing public speaking skills. When you stand in front of the audience, your eyes should actually try to talk to the eyes of so many people who are sitting. Your heart should touch all the hearts of all the audience. And then when he says, you invest in me, we will grow together. हम सब लखपति बनेंगे. Because that is what Dhirubhai initially told. And one day he comes on the dais and says, हम लोग करोड़पति बनेंगे. If you invest, dil khol ke. And there was no looking back. Maximum investment happened to him. So you need to be that amazing public speaker. You should be that master presenter. Whenever a product has to be launched, Steve Jobs will not say, "Arey, you go and launch." He comes and he launches this product because he knows how he has built that product from the heart. And when he puts it across, it works miracle. So, persuasive storytelling should be there. Today I spoke with a lot of stories. When you speak with stories, it hits you. When you simply put facts, it doesn't hit you. Emotions are very important. When I say you are in business field, let me tell you, you are not in business field, you are in emotional field. If you can sell better emotions, you can become a master businessman. If you cannot sell emotions, you cannot become a businessman. Very important. When you need to engage investors and customers, make customers believe in your product, make investors believe in you, then you need that effective communication skills. For every MBA college I go, be it Christ, be it Jyoti Nivas, be it MS Ramaya, be it PESEC, I always tell them, have a forum of public speaking. Every week a topic should be given and every MBA should come on the dais every week in the presence of few teachers whom you will ask them to volunteer. You will have to speak, record your speech, listen to that, make it much more powerful day after day, day after day, day after day. And you should also have an act of what we call it as Shark Tanks. Exact act of how a Shark Tank serial happens. Let it be Indian, let it be foreign. There should be 2-3 of your lecturers who will sit. You should come with a business plan and you should tell them, this is my business plan. I am expecting so much of investment for this kind of a stake in our company. Can you say that? How many of you watch Shark Tanks? No, I think you should be killed if you have not watched Shark Tank. It's an MBA serial. Shark Tank India, Shark Tank World. Please go today, watch, look at that presentation skills. Youngsters, they come, they will have to pitch their business in that 5 to 10 minutes, not 5 to 10 minutes, 3 minutes. Sometimes within 2 to 3 minutes, you'll have to pitch the business in front of those angel investors, and they should believe in your product, they should believe in yourself, and then miracles shall happen. Again, I'm telling you, you as an MBA student, you are far more ahead of rest of them. You can really win over it. Only thing is, few minor polishing if you do in few verticals, you can do that miracle in your life. You just need to make few changes. Today I told you about Shark Tank. That was the polishing I wanted. It's not that you did not knew. You knew a lot of things. Maybe this was out of your mind. Go back today. What is that Malik sir told about Shark Tank? Let me be one such presenter like a Shark Tank. We will go and request few of our lecturers to come and sit as an investor. Let me go and actually present my business. You should have at least 5 business ideas. If you are an MBA, if you don't have business ideas, means you have not thought from that vertical at all. When you think, results will come, because by thinking you are telling the genie, I want to be a businessman. And the genie will come, what does he say? Your wish is my command master, and it shall be fulfilled. So very important when you want to engage investors. Why I am telling engage investors? Shark Tank is all about producing, explaining about your business and expecting him to invest in your business. Dhirubhai Ambani talking to the people who have invested in the company, asking them to invest more, asking them to tell their friends also to invest more, so that this business will grow. That is what is required. So, effective communication and public speaking skills which can master, give a best presentation, and which can engage your team, which can also engage your investors. Very, very important. Networking and relation building, very important skill sets. As an MBA student, you should know how to network people. Wherever you go in any kind of a field, you should know people, and they should know you by name. That means you have networked. You go to pay the light bill. Do you know him by name? Does he know you by name? In order to make that happen, have you networked with him? No. Take the bill, give the money, collect the receipt and come back. It doesn't work. There are a lot of members in this college. How many of them know you by name? If they don't know you by name, that means you have not networked at all. Networking is very, very important. Your bank manager should know your name. The cashier should know you by name. To know you by name, what do you think you should do? Ask Google, ask ChatGPT, ask Gemini, Google Gemini. He will give you. So you should get into that networking. Sir, I am studying this particular college. Last time I introduced myself. My name is this. I have come to withdraw a cash. Sir, what's your good name, sir? You need to know each other. So your son is also doing MBA? No, he's still in +2. Good, sir. Which college, sir? Next time you come, he knows that you are coming. Hey, Ramesh, please come. Sir, how is your son doing? Sir, exam is over. Networking, very, very important. You need to network. It's a good skill set. Chaiwala did not become Prime Minister without networking. Tribal women did not become the president without networking. All these great leaders, they did not become what they have become without networking. Networking is very important, and relationship building. Not only relationship building with your team, with your customers, with your distributors, with your retailers, and with your investors, and with your country, and with the place where you are working. All these are very, very important. Then only you are called as an entrepreneur. Entrepreneur cannot run his business in Bangalore and speak against Bangalore. Have you seen many a times some people have done and people have revolted? Don't do such mistake. Networking and relationship building in all these angles are equally and very, very important. That you should not give up. You should always do. A strategic partnership, being an industry leader, all these makes, and you should be a marketing expert. Today marketing has shifted from whatever it was to digital marketing. If your presence is not there in digital marketing, you are lost. As an MBA student, are you aware of digital marketing? There is MBA in digital marketing AI, special digital marketing with artificial intelligence. So are you aware of that digital marketing expertise? That is very, very important. And as an MBA, you should get adaptive to the business. The business is going to change. Before you can think of a business, frame a business, the business will be something else. When you start running the business needs a lot of adaptability. You will get into a place where you wouldn't have expected anything, and a lot of such things would have happened. Anybody has a bottle of water, please? Okay. Then you will have to learn to actually get into that adaptation. Very, very important. And next would be as an entrepreneur, you should be an amazing time manager. You should know how to manage time, you should know how to multitask, and you should have a growth plan, you should have a business strategy, and definitely today business is all about data analysis. How well you can analyze the data is all that business all about. What is the job of an MBA? A job of an MBA is go to already running company, give your idea and say, sir, as per the data analysis what I have done, my entering your company and my strategy implemented your company, it can give you a 20% higher turnover and at least 5% extra income. What would that man say? I would like to recruit you. And will he simply blindly say? He will ask you to do the data analysis. Today the highest paid course is data science and data analyst. What is a data analyst? A person who analyzes the data. And today data analysis is done using AI technology. Just a small story for you to know how important this analysis will be, and then we will only take up questions. It's so, all of you know, this time when the political election happened all over India, everybody gave their prediction poll. That means what is going to happen after the election, who is going to win. It is called as a prediction poll. And all the predictions done by all the news channels and all the R&D departments failed. Only one prediction was very close to what the results came. Everybody thought, because a lot of good things had happened under the Modi ji's leadership skills, they strongly believed that it will definitely be is saal 400 par. That means what they had expected was, we will definitely have more than 400 seats for BJP. I am not a political man, but still I am giving you an example. But how much seats did we get? Our advertisement strategy of BJP was is bar 400 par. Most of the prediction told we will reach 350, we will reach 375, we will reach 400. But one prediction told what we have reached, that is 260, 270, 280. And that was not a human based poll that was done. That was based on AI. If you happen to Google, or if you happen to ask Perplexity or Gemini or ChatGPT, what was the prediction of Z News, Z-E-E, Z News AI poll this election? And it writes, the only prediction which went very close to the result was AI based data analysis done by Z News channel, because there was no human interference. So today when we talk about data analysis, human interference will always give a wrong data analysis, because humans are involved with emotions and they assume what they want to assume, but computers will not assume what they want to assume. It will exactly tell you what is going to happen because of the research based. Yours is emotion based. You think because Modi ji has done good, there is a chance of is bar 400 par. Whenever people asked whom are you going to vote, they would have told BJP, and they would have collected it. They would have asked a third person. Because of that flow, he would have also told BJP, he would have also told BJP. But data analysis goes into his Facebook, into his Facebook, into his Facebook. In his Facebook, Rahul Gandhi ko itna bada haar dal ke, where will he vote for BJP? Definitely not. In his, he has Janata Dal he has put, and he is next to Deve Gowda. And this person is pure follower of BJP, because we can see 2-3 Narendra Modi's post in his website, in his Facebook. What does the Facebook data analysis say? Facebook data analysis says, right now when I take a feedback, he also says BJP, he also says BJP, he also says Modi ji is BJP, Modi ji is BJP, Modi ji is BJP. Is it true? No. I get into the Facebook and I try to check. I find he is actually for BJP, he is for Janata Dal, he is for Janata Dal. With 3 people I have made 2 mistakes. But data analysis will not do this mistake. So very important that you learn the data analysis, and yes, innovative, important. And as an entrepreneur, it's not a one-man show. You can't do everything. Delegating work and getting the team do the work is important. Dhoni was a captain, but he couldn't be a bowler, he couldn't be a batsman, he couldn't be a fielder, he could only be wicket keeping and monitoring others. He was an excellent delegator. He gave responsibilities to every person and he was able to monitor that responsibility, motivate those responsibility holders, and he saw to it whatever the result he wanted, the first 2020 World Cup win, he was capable of doing. That is one of the very important skill set that you should know. How to delegate work and how to make them work in collaboration. Check the India, the coach had a tough challenge to make them work together because you are close to the teammates. Teammates love you, but teammates don't love each other. They hate each other from the bottom of their heart. How will we work as a team? In Chak De, the players were playing against each other. That can always be a disaster. Even in college, even in small enterprise, large enterprise, having the team work in collaboration is a bigger responsibility, and for that the leader himself is responsible, which he has to enact. So emotional intelligence is important. How do you handle emotions with your audience? How do you answer emotional imbalance? When failure happens, your emotions are down. When you are not able to perform up to the mark, your emotions are down. Few of your decisions, it has led the company to a few losses. How will you handle these turbulence? So all these are all about emotional intelligence. There are means by which you can handle this emotional intelligence, which we could say, and how to work on your EQ, that is emotional quotient. How do you work so that your emotional quotient becomes stronger and stronger? Public speaking can help you to build up your emotional quotient, and it is a lifelong learning. When you get into your business, it is not that once I went, it is going to be a cakewalk. The moment Chandragupta Maurya was declared as an emperor, his challenges started from that day. Till then, there was no challenges at all. So, when you start an enterprise, it is a different struggle. But when you get into that entrepreneurship, it is going to be a lifelong learning, lifelong experiencing. Some days failure, some days successful. That is what entrepreneurship is all about. So, these are those 15 skill sets that you will have to master. If you have any doubts, I would like to answer that. Any questions? A big round of applause for me. Thank you very much. Love you all so much. Wish you a great success. And all of you are not ordinary people. You are special people. You are one of the rarest of the rare. There was nobody like you in the past. There will never be anybody like you in the future. Right now also there is nobody like you. You are that original piece. You are that masterpiece. You are that master's piece. Believe in yourself, and whatever is your dream, it shall definitely come true. Thank you so much. Just see, the recording is still happening. Okay, 1 hour 40 minutes.